Hey, welcome to episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Another beer I got from tavour. This is SingleCut Mahogany Pale Ale. I mean, they're calling it pale ale, but it looks more like a red ale or an amber ale to me. In fact, I was just reading that on the tavour app, and they say that they're basically going for a hybrid. Let's see. They combine a citrusy piney pale ale and a toffee caramel red ale. This unique style mashup is a bright and complex. Brewmasters love to crush it. Blah blah blah. Each sip medley of earthy pine, ruby red grapefruit, and brown sugar sweetness. And I think it's only 5.6 ABV. So yeah, SingleCut. They're out of Astoria, New York City, like Queens, but they bought the Schmaltz Brewery in Clifton Park. Yeah, see it says Beersmiths, Astoria, Clifton Park. Yep. All right. On with the review. We already saw the color. I mean, I don't know what it looks like. It probably looks brown or copper on camera, but it is almost, not quite a blood red, but yeah, just a straight red, almost like an Irish red ale. Big, frothy foam there. Yeah, old school East Coast style piney hops, yeah. Just like going through a forest on this one. And there is, yeah, I mean, they mentioned like toffee caramel red ale. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a malty presence to it. I don't think I would go as far as to call it like sweet smelling, but it definitely has a malt. It's not toasty, it's just kind of bready or, yeah, I mean, slight confectionery to it. You know, it reminds me of Roxy Roll's amber ale I had like 10, 12 years ago, whatever year that was. Magic Hat. I love that beer. Hopefully this one will be just as good. Cheers. That's interesting. A lot going on with this beer. I mean, the main flavor I noticed was the piney hops. Like I said, reminds me old school East Coast style. Almost like, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as like arrogant bastard, but hey, bud, you want some beer? Leo loves to lick condensation. Actually, a little beer spilled in the coaster. He's licking it up. I don't know why. Yeah, so definitely piney hops, piney flavor. It's not super bitter, and I am getting that malty base. Oh, and there's this bonus flavor at the end that I noticed that I just forgot to mention it. It's almost a little like tea. Now, usually that's like a sign of oxidation, but this thing's very, very fresh. That's the nice thing about getting beers on tavour. Everything's guaranteed fresh on there. I'm saying best by December 10th, so if that's 6 months out, it was probably canned on June 10th, which means it's only a little over a month old. In fact, I think they say on the... They usually have the fill date on the website, but I don't see it right now. Very smooth. I will say that. Medium body. I mean, based on the clarity alone, I don't think they were putting oats or wheat or anything like that in here. It's probably all malt. Maybe like a tiny little bit for head retention or something. But yeah, really smooth texture for an amber or pale ale. Yeah, just a nice combination of all these flavors and balance. I really like these piney hops just because it's a throwback to the old days. It seems like nobody uses them anymore. Everybody just does. Everybody wants citrus and especially tropical because everybody's just doing New England style IPAs. I miss a good amber ale. Seems like hardly anybody's doing them anymore, and if they do, They're not doing them right. Bell's Amber Ale is a good one, or Trogs, something like that. Oh man, well, actually, we can't get Trogs in Florida. I really do miss Nugget Nectar. I think I'd go as far as to say this beer is sessionable. I mean, it's 5.6. I'm definitely not going to have any problem killing an entire pint can myself. And I like that fact that this is one thing I do like about tavour. Is like almost all the cans they sell are 16 ounce. A few are 12 ounce. But most of the stuff you get on there is a full pint, which is nice. As far as rating, well, if I'm judging this, I would judge this to amber ale specs. This is definitely, if I had the specs in front of me, this would be hitting the mark. I think this is 40 to 44 actually for amber ale. I don't really see what is so pale ale about it. I think amber ales are actually can be hoppier and have higher IBUs than pale ales. I probably wouldn't go. I would not go as far as to say this is a red IPA unless you're calling it like a light red IPA. It doesn't have the bitterness of a red IPA, but it's pretty close, and it's nowhere near as strong as like an Arrogant Bastard or something. This is, I guess you could call this, you could call this like Arrogant Bastard light. Like if somebody who's not an Arrogant Bastard fan, try this as a starter. If you like this one, then Arrogant Bastard is basically like a double or triple version of this. So, yeah, I like this one a lot. I'm gonna go 4.25 on Untapped for SingleCut Mahogany Pale Ale. I think they should have called it red ale or amber ale, or whatever. I do love that color too. It seems like it's so rare these days. So, yeah, old school amber ale, piney hops, Clifton Park, literally where I'm from. Well, about 15, 20 miles away, but you know what I mean. Anyway, rambling as always. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow.